Funko announced some straight fire as terms to soda figures today, so we're gonna talk about them.
Like, comment, and subscribe for more content. Where's the notification bell?
It's to the right of you.
Oh.
What's up, guys? I'm DK Wrestler, and in today's video, I'm going to be talking about the huge set of soda reveals made by Funko today. So in total, I believe there was 8 Funko sodas that were announced by Funko, varying between different licensors, but I thought also that I would add a couple of different soda reveals that have been Funko Shop drops the last couple of weeks to add to this video since there were only 8 reveals. I thought about talking about the entire month of September since there were some straight fire sodas announced this month, but at the same time, a lot of those consist of New York Comic Con and Festival of Fun, which we already did separate videos on the channel talking about those soda reveals. So the first Funko soda that we are going to discuss about is the Bateman Funko soda from Psycho, which was a Funko Shop drop and is limited to 15,000 pieces with a bloody chase. Now this is a pretty decent Funko soda figure, both the common and the chase. I mean, the common looks pretty decent, but with the chase, you got some blood splatter, which is always cool to see some blood splatter as terms to like a horror themed Funko soda figure. And the thing I do like about this also is that they changed the molding of the hair a bit to where it is more like scraggly, because obviously if you're moving around hitting someone with an axe, then obviously your hair isn't gonna look that good from moving around. The next Funko soda figure we're going to be discussing about was actually a drop made on the Funko Shop yesterday as I'm recording this, which is the Wampa from Star Wars, which is a 3-liter Funko soda figure limited to 10,000 pieces, with the chase being Wampa with the missing arm. We finally get the release of the Wampa soda that we had seen photos months ago on, that was originally supposed to be a Star Wars Celebration exclusive. However, clearly due to shipment delays, it could not be released in time for that convention, so instead it was made as a Funko Shop exclusive, which definitely makes sense instead of waiting pretty much a whole year to release it at Star Wars Celebration 2023. Wampa obviously makes sense as a 3-liter soda just because of the size of the Wampa creature from Empire Strikes Back at the beginning of the movie. And I mean, the missing arm definitely makes sense for the chase because obviously Luke Skywalker cuts it clean off while he's in the cave there. But I wish there was some blood added to it, or there was something else added to it also that made the chase a little bit more exciting besides a missing piece. I mean, like I mentioned, maybe they should have added some blood. Maybe they should have made the figure also flock to add a little bit more oomph as terms to the chase and more worth getting. But now moving over to the Funko soda figures that were announced today as I'm recording this video. So the first one, for the Retro Toys lineup, we have ourselves Stretch Armstrong, which will be limited to 10,000 pieces. And of course, the chase figure is Stretch Armstrong with his stretched out arms. Now, it's not so often that Funko does Retro Toys Funko soda figures, and I was really curious on when they would end up doing a Stretch Armstrong figure, how they would pull off the arms. Would it be stretched out kind of like the way they have the actual figure where it's actually stretched out horizontally, or they were going to do it the way that they did it here, and obviously we have it where it's stretched out more down, so that way there's obviously more room in the can, because I do feel that if they would have had it stretched out like this, then I feel like the molding of the arms could possibly break while in shipment process. Next up, we have ourselves Swanson from Parks and Recreation, which is going to be limited to 15,000 pieces, in which the chase version is him dancing. I couldn't remember exactly what the scene was that he's doing this dance in, but obviously it is a really awesome chase. I love the comparison of the common, the chase, where the common figure is just regular old Swanson, where he's wearing his red shirt, he's got his normal like clothing on that he works with, and then has the cup in his hand, and then the chase is him doing the dance when he is basically drunk at the one party there, and his eyes are closed, and he's wearing the I can't remember what's on his head. I think it's like one of, oh man, it's been so long since I've seen the series, I can't even remember half the characters' names, but the one girl's Halloween costume where there is the hat part, and that's what he's wearing, and he's doing like the whole dance like this, and it's so funny, and I'm glad that they made this the chase, because they could have easily done like a specification or just a different clothing attire for the color. So the fact they did not only a different attire, but a completely different mold for this. And if I'm not mistaken, this is actually the very first Parks and Recreation character to be made in soda form, so I'm glad that it's Ron Swanson because he was actually my favorite in the show. Next up, we have ourselves Padme Amidala from Star Wars, which will be limited to 12,500 pieces, and the chase is metallic. This is actually a really shocking announcement because I never thought that the next soda for Star Wars would end up being Queen Padme Amidala. That's just not off the top of my mind. I would have thought maybe like R2-D2 because we had the C-3PO, or maybe we would have had like Luke Skywalker, or at least we had Luke Skywalker but like a different version of Luke Skywalker. So to see Queen Amidala here is really, really cool. I love the detail of the common, and then the chase is alright with the metallic finish, but I felt like they could have done something a little more, like let's say, I can't exactly remember what the attire would be called, but I know she had an attire where she was like all white, and she had like a white and black suit from like, I believe it was Phantom, or it would have been Attack of the Clones. Obviously, you guys would have seen a photo put up of what I'm trying to discuss about. But overall, it's really cool that they've made a figure like this, considering that the Funko Pop version of Padme Amidala here is super expensive, so now in soda form it'd be much cheaper to get, and it kind of looks better in my opinion. Next up, we have ourselves a Demogorgon from Stranger Things, which will be limited to 15,000 pieces, and the chase version is the Demogorgon's face opened up. Now this is a bit of a money grab because clearly we all would want the chase if we're looking for this Funko soda. I mean, even with the Funko Pops, I believe that the opened face version, which was the common, is actually worth more than what the chase pop was, which is what the common is in this figure where it's closed. So I do like the idea for the sake of Funko trying to get more people to buy multiple cans by having the closed face as the common and then the open face as the chase, because the chase is really what you want in a soda figure, which is how Funko sodas are so popular. Next up, we have xiong Jihoon from Squid Game, in which the chase is bloody. Now I believe this is the first ever Squid Game Funko soda, which I'm not surprised it's obviously this character. It could have either been this character or even the old man. That could have been the first one, which I would have been fine with either or. I think when the old man eventually gets made into soda, I think that's when I'm gonna actually get it instead of getting the pop. But this is pretty decent. I like the difference between the common and the chase. I mean, it's a little bit of a molding change, but I like how he has the cookie from the game where obviously you have to use the pin to get the shape out. A lot of people died in Squid Game from the different challenges, so it makes sense for a bloody chase. And I kind of like the common better than the chase actually, but both figures are pretty decent in their own way. Next up, we have ourselves Ted Lasso from, of course, Ted Lasso. This will be limited to 15,000 pieces, and the chase is him wearing a hat. I mean, this one's okay. I mean, I felt like they could have done much better with this. Obviously, the common version is more like the San Diego Comic-Con exclusive pop we had, and then the chase version is just adding a hat. I wish they would have done it maybe like the pop we had just recently got announced for New York Comic-Con, where he's got the beard and he's got like the hula hoop or whatever's going on. I think that would have been a very cool, different version of the soda for the chase compared to the common, but it is what it is. If I were to get one of these, I'd be happy with just the common. Next up, we have Suyu from My Hero Academia, limited to 15,000 pieces, in which the chase is translucent. This definitely makes sense for a common in the chase because we've had a regular Funko Pop of Suyu, and then we've had the translucent version that was, I believe, New York Comic-Con from last year in 2021. So it definitely makes sense. And I do like the idea of Suyu being made into Funko soda form now. This is now the fifth My Hero Academia soda, because there's All Might, Izuku Midoriya, there was Bakugo, Ochako, and now Suyu. So it's cool that Suyu's being made into a soda form. I wish she had her tongue sticking out though, because obviously she is a frog for her quirk. So that would have been really cool, especially because you do see that on the can. And the last Funko soda reveal we have announced today by Funko is Sarada Uchiha from Boruto Naruto Next Generation, limited to 12,500 pieces, and the chase is metallic. Now, I don't really know much about Boruto as it is, so I don't really know about this character at all. I feel maybe they could have done something else other than metallic. I mean, I hate when they go the metallic route because I feel like it's such a lazy specification finish to a chase instead of making either a new mold or a specification that actually makes sense to whatever character Funko does a soda of. I mean, the metallic finish does look nice in terms to the glasses and maybe the bandana that the character's wearing, But other than that, I mean, I just don't think it makes sense for the metallic finish, even though I've not seen Boruto. Anyways, guys, that is going to be the end of today's video. If you enjoyed today's video about the recent Funko soda announcements, make sure you smash that like button, comment in the comment section below, and let me know what was your favorite soda that was announced during today's reveals. As said in the little intro, make sure you press the subscribe button for more content like this video in the future, and press the little bell beside it to be notified of when that future content gets released. But anyways, guys, thank you for watching today's video, and hope to see you guys next time. 1, 2, 3, I'm out of here. Follow us on all of our social media platforms on Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram at A Funko Popcast. If you want to check out some of our other content that's featured on our channel, you can click either the playlist that's on your screen right now featuring previous episodes of our weekly podcast, A Funko Popcast, or we have suggested a video for you guys in relation to today's video.